Hey, hi everyone. I just wanted to share a quick update about my GMAT. I took my GMAT today morning, and I must say that it was only and only because of the support that I received from Sandeep sir that I have been able to score a 770. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I would be able to make a 99 percentile with such ease. So as I was mentioning, I have had a very bumpy ride with the GMAT. Obviously, all's well that ends well. But I initially started off with a 690, took it again, made a 690 still, took it yet again, made a 690 still. And all my previous GMAT attempts, I kind of exhausted all the resources that were available through the official guides, through all of stuff that's there online. All my friends who had taken the GMAT also had kind of told me, why don't you try this resource, that resource, and I definitely had put in a lot more time in my first few attempts itself, right? But verbal was where I was completely, I would say, I did not really know what I was doing getting into the exam. And this was something that I'd experienced myself. I would kind of go to the test, and by the time the verbal sections would come up, because I used to think that I'll take one first and then I'll take verbal. When verbal used to come, by the end of the verbal sections, I would almost be trembling because the time would be up, and I knew that I hadn't performed to the level that I wanted to do myself. So when I, kind of started preparing, and this in my head was the one final attempt that I wanted to take and just give myself that amount of preparation, right? I reached out to Sandeep sir, and he kind of had a look at what I had been up to so far, and just made me realize that maybe what I am doing is a little all over the place. And that's when I started taking one subject at a time. I initially started off with RC because RC was my weakest, point. And with RC, what I realized was just knowing the octave method completely changed how I was reading the passages. I spent another week on CR, realized that it's a continuation of what I've learned with RC, and just took that a little, just took the tool set that I developed in RC a little further with CR. I think overall, within 3 weeks, I was able to kind of get to a full-fledged verbal sort of a thing. And at the end of those 3 weeks was the first time, although I'd taken multiple GMAT attempts, was the first time I actually felt like, now I have a grasp of what the examination demands of me. Because for each of the questions, I knew that there were so many, like for RC, I knew there were two main type of questions. For SC, I somehow made a mental map of nine types of questions, and I think these are all right there, in front of you. And if you just identify the type of question and do the method that's being taught by Sandeep sir, I think is just it's all out there. Just trust the process, and you should be able to get through. So yeah, within 21 days of verbal and the last 3 or 4 days just revising a bit of quant here and there. The thing that changed in the examination for me this time with the 770 was I took each question. As soon as I saw the question, I was able to identify what type of question was it and what was it that I had to do on that question. I wasn't very confused because of the process of elimination. I wasn't rereading the answer choices and putting myself in a spot where I had to think between two answers. That never happened.
Mhm.
Thankfully, I mean,
I'm
yeah.
so glad to hear this. And how does it finally feel to get into Wharton? I mean, the number one ranked school in the world.
Yeah.
So,
I think, yeah. So because I had gone through the entire highs and lows of the application period, I was really not expecting us. I
mhm,
was at a state where I was like, yeah, fine, just get me through any B school at this point in
mhm.
time, I'll be happy. But hearing back from both Wharton and Berkeley with a 50% scholarship was, I mean, yeah, for me it was unimaginable. Yeah, I don't think I would have expected Wharton with a scholarship, definitely with my lower GMAT score.